Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
Thank you so much. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Well, this is the second episode, well, not episode, but second live stream for the Helping Hands for Cruising YouTube channel. And welcome aboard, everybody. Nice to have you here. Just running this through because, well, I picked this particular time because I didn't want to coincide with the astute tourist. So I thought I'd let Jimmy run his show, and I would come in afterwards with the hope that some of those people will actually come across and have a look at the Helping Hands for Cruising YouTube channel. Well, folks, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. And of course, the fact that you guys are here is exciting, because what we're looking at here is a very exciting week that has transpired with Helping Hands for Cruising. Yes, we have our Cruise-a-Thon coming up this weekend. So excited. We've only got like 3 slots available. Anybody want to do a presentation for Helping Hands? Come on in. Do it, by all means. We would really, really love you to come on in. But you know what, folks? The goal is this weekend we're going to raise 10 grand. We want that $10,000 because that means we can put at least 3 couples on board a cruise ship. And that is our goal. So folks, I don't know if you can see, but just up here is a new QR code. And this QR code will bring up the PayPal account. It will bring it up in USD. So those of you across the pond, yes, please click on that QR code. Because what that QR code will do is let you donate, but in your home currency, which is USD. And because all the expenses are made in USD, so that makes life that much easier for us. So, what can I say? We've had a tumultuous week. A lot has happened. We've had a couple of members in the board resign from the board for this moment, because they're tied up in a lot of things. But we've also had a win. We also have our 501c for those that are across the pond. That is now underway. We've applied for it. Now all we've got to do is wait for it to actually come in and be approved. And once it's approved, folks, there ain't no stopping us. We've got some high and mighty things that we're looking at planning. So once that comes in, the floodgates will open, and we will have a bucket load more things to pass on to you in terms of cruises that we've got happening, fundraisers that we've got happening, a whole bucket load of things. And we're really excited to have had people come in and join us and help us out in our quest for that 10 grand, because with that 10 grand makes a huge difference. And also I want to say specifically that there have been some people behind the scenes that have put in an immense amount of effort to get us to this point, and so I want to thank them publicly. The one person that I would like to thank publicly is our moderator extraordinaire, the Lady Megster. Megs and C's, you know what? I'm eternally grateful to that young lady. She's pulled out all the stops and helped us out immensely. I also want to say thank you to Ross from Orange Cone Vlogs. Ross has been instrumental in assisting Meg in getting things happening for the 501c, so I'm incredibly grateful to him, and as I said, it's a public naming. Also, I would like to thank all the members of the board for their huge amount of effort and energy that they've put in, especially now that with things are starting to move in the right direction. So I want to thank them all extremely for their assistance. You know, being on the board is not an easy job, and it is a labour of love, and everybody puts in their 2 cents worth. I know the two foreigners of the board, that being Michael Ann and myself, and Ilana also, you know, and I say foreigners because we're not on US soil. You know, being in different time zones, different countries, we don't have access to a lot of information that you guys on your side of the pond do have. And so anytime anybody puts in any effort, I'm eternally grateful. So I want to thank all the members of the board. Matt and Kimbra, thank you very much for everything you've done. And Josh and Chastity, I want to thank you guys for the amount of energy and effort you put in. I want to say that I'm praying for you and your family, particularly the fact that your son is now an honest to God, fully qualified Marine, and so I'm wishing him a safe and happy time, and may things go according to plan. I want to thank Dewey for stepping up to the plate. Dewey Ski, you know what? Dewey actually is one of the few people I know that actually vacations in Florida and happens to live on the cruise ships. Dewey has a place in Florida, but he spends so much time on cruise ships that we say he vacations in Florida. Dewey is one of those board members that if I need help, he'll step up to the plate. And he just sits in the background, does his stuff, answers any questions I have. I can lean on him anytime I like, and I know that I get the support. And I'm incredibly grateful for that support. I also want to thank the love of my life, Ilana, because you know what? Without her, hey, I couldn't do the things I'm doing with Helping Hands. So I'm eternally grateful for her being around and assisting with that. Well, it's about friggin' time you finished your show, mister. G'day, Jimmy. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here, mate. And thank you for popping in. Your show was awesome today. It was great to see what you had up. And happy birthday for your kid. Okay. Let me have a look. G'day, Ross. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. I've actually checked you out on the Facebook page, so nice to have you here. And I did already say it, but I'm going to say it again. Ross, thank you very much for your assistance today with Meg, and yesterday with Meg. 501c has now been the application has now been put in, so we just have to wait and see how that goes. Jimmy, it was my pleasure. I had an absolute ball sitting in the background watching you have fun, and that's what I like to see, you having fun, mate. Also going through the board there. I'm hoping I haven't forgotten anybody. Oh yeah, Crystal, as usual, Crystal in the background. Crystal does her 25 cents worth, as we all do. Being a busy lady, she does things a little bit differently in a different time frame. So it's great that she's got herself a new job, and we're looking forward to bigger and better things for her. Whatever input into Helping Hands she does, I'm incredibly grateful for. Just as Ross has said, anything you can do to help, well, mate, you do it all. You do it all every time, and so I'm eternally grateful. Furthermore, once that 501c has been approved, then the floodgates will open. We will have access to a whole host of other things happening, yes. What can I say? It's exciting. This little baby that was invented not even a year ago, almost a year ago, had its inaugural cruise a year ago, is now growing up to being something huge and big. And so we look forward to where it goes and how it goes. So currently we're looking at cruises that will hold the Helping Hands for Cruising name to it currently. We've got the next cruise is happening in 425 days, and that's going to be on with Amy on her it's Amethyst Haze group cruise, and it's going to be on the Carnival Breeze. Welcome into the HH4C channel there, Ross. Welcome aboard. Oh God, I've got to be careful now. I've got Her Majesty, she who must be obeyed, the love of my life. But I don't want to say it too loud because I don't want her to hear it. Anyway, so yes, we've got Amy's cruise going from I've forgotten where it's going from, but it's on the Carnival Breeze. It's 425 days, and I believe it's taking in Cozumel and a couple of other places around that side. We've got in 501 days the Ducks cruise, and that's going to be a unique cruise because that unique cruise will be starting out of Sydney, Australia, and it will be heading towards the South Pacific. So Ilana's getting all this attention. She's getting it from Jimmy from the Astute Tourist, and also from Ross from Orange Cone Vlogs. Well, she's a lucky girl. Yeah, well, anyway, so we've got the Ducks cruise, which is going out in 501 days, out of Sydney on the 2nd of January through to the South Pacific, taking in New Caledonia, Vanuatu and Fiji. So there we go. It's going to be quite a fantastic cruise, and the best part about it is it's a 15-day cruise. So that's awesome. And then in 662 days, we've got Ocean to Ocean's cruise, Bruce from Ocean to Ocean. He's putting on a cruise there going from Seattle through to Alaska. OMG. That's a bucket list for us. A bucket list cruise. But the problem is, my bank manager won't let us do that. Anyway, there are a couple of more cruises in the wind. I won't say them just yet until they have been accepted, approved, signed and sealed by the board, and we will then mention them because I can tell you there'll be some exciting things happening. One of them's incredibly exciting, and I'm so looking forward to seeing that one appear on the books. From a recipient point of view, we do have currently a recipient going on Amy's cruise in 425 days. The cruise that Kenny has put on, Fordman, Kenneth Oakes, is on in 80 days. Unfortunately, we don't have a recipient for that cruise, and the reason right now why we don't have a recipient is that cruise, to get a recipient for, will actually take us a lot longer to actually bring in and get organised and all that sort of stuff. So we just appreciate the cruises that we've got. We appreciate the support that Kenny's going to give us, because absolutely Kenny was the first recipient for Helping Hands, and man, it's changed his life. He's living in New Digs since he went on the cruise. His dad is being taken care of pretty well, I might add, because one of the second cruise recipients, a couple by the name of Scott and Amber Hicks, they were recipients of the Fantastic Group cruise, and that went out of Tampa. And Amber is currently working in the facility where Kenny's dad is being well looked after. So we're excited about that. The fact that we've managed to change a life, and here he is. Kenny's grown up. He's going on his own cruise. So that's going to be amazing. Also, I believe the other couple that were the second recipients, James and his wife Cindy Catanese, I believe they've got their own cruise also organised. They're going on, I think it's the I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not going to hazard a guess as to say which cruise they're on. But to be honest, I'm incredibly proud of the fact that our recipients are looking at spreading the word and going on a cruise because they love it too. So there we go. Ross saying good day to Jimmy. So there we go. The more the merrier, folks. And really, for those that don't know, if you don't know how to get somebody on board a cruise, please don't email us or message us and say, can I get on a cruise? If you know somebody who you feel is either disabled or is the carer of somebody who's disabled or has had a real rough trot of life and could do with a little bit of a lift to get them to look over the top of the pail, put together a video. That video only needs to be between 2 to 5 minutes, telling us why you think that person deserves a cruise. Unfortunately, it cannot be a family member. So if you've got somebody in your family you believe absolutely needs a cruise, get your mate next door to put together a video and send it up to the board. They can get that video. The details of how to get it to the board is simply go on to the Helping Hands for Cruising. That's Helping Hands with the number 4 cruising, helpinghandsforcruising.org website, and in the website there are the details for the where to place the video. Otherwise, those who are watching this on playback, go into the description. You'll see the Helping Hands for Cruising website sitting there. All you need to do is just copy and paste it into your browser and go ahead, have a look at the website. We've got a merch store there where everything you buy, the proceeds of that go back into Helping Hands, so we can get another member on board a cruise ship. It also tells you who's on the board, although that's got to be changed now because there's a couple of people that have stepped down for one reason or another. Also, it tells you how to actually get a recipient on board a ship. On the other hand, if you are a person who has, or a channel that has a cruise that you want to, you're going to run, a group cruise you're going to run, and you want to be a Helping Hands for Cruising host, also put together a video, sell us on your cruise. And the board will have a look at it, and they will either agree or disagree, but at the end of the day, you'll have a cruise going. So there we go. So Helping Hands for Cruising is certainly running in the right direction. We're growing. We are also asking, please, if you know anybody who would like to actually hit the S button, become part of the friends list, please do so. We want to make this channel self-sufficient. That being, we want to be over the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. If we can do that, then we can look at other forms of making money as well. And believe me, all the funds that this channel generates go straight into the Helping Hands for Cruising PayPal account, and then that goes to paying for people being on a cruise ship. The truth of the matter is, not one person out of the board has access to any of the funds. All the funds go into helping people who are less fortunate than us get on a cruise ship and have a vacation or holiday of a lifetime. And so, folks, I'm going to say, you know what? This is a shameless promotion. Just keep on doing it. Those that have already already donated, we appreciate your assistance, but we're asking you to spread the word. And as Alana says, we can't do it without you spreading the word. So please, folks, spread the word. Get it out there. Let's get more people part of the team so that we can get, you know what? I was talking with Ross the other day, and he and I were both coming to the same conclusion, that once a year we'd like to be in a position where we could charter a cruise ship somewhere around the world and fill that cruise ship with recipients of Helping Hands. That would be an awesome thing to do. That's a number of years in the future, but hey, that's a goal. And we can't do that unless we have the right number of funds. So there we go. Jimmy, a huge thank to you, Sean, and all the board members, mate. We do it because we care. We appreciate the thanks, but I'll tell you what, I'm a humble man. As far as I'm concerned, it's not thanks to me, it's thanks to everybody else who assists. I just put the idea there and just, it just happened to be the bunny on the spot. But I'm pretty sure that a group of people like yourselves, you know what, just given the right catalyst, you would do the same. So there we go. And for that, I'm going to drink my coffee, which you already finished yours, Jimmy, so I'm going to have mine. It is a bit cool, but that's okay. I can drink iced coffee anyway. And as I said, cup 17 for the day, so there we go. So, folks, if you would like, just hit the QR code. This is the current one. You should have USD on your donations platform. So go ahead, donate, empty your pockets. Even 20 cents will do. Hey, that's a dime, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. It is a cup of Joe. And it's the best Joe I've made this evening, because I made it. And it's in a great cup because Ilana likes it. It's the sexy bald guy, and just another sexy bald guy, that's what it says. Well. G'day, Boomer. Welcome aboard, buddy. How you going? How's Lance? We're just talking about our Cruise-a-Thon that's coming up on this weekend. The aim of the goal for this weekend is to get 10 grand, $10,000 in the coffers. With $10,000, we'll be able to put 3 people on a cruise ship. Although the way the funds are going these days with cruise ships, we will do our utmost to put 3 recipients on board a cruise ship. Having said that, folks, you know what? We've had a great deal of success over the last year. Can you believe it's almost a year? We're into August now. September, October was the inaugural. The next thing, and why Amy's cruise is so poignant, is her cruise goes out in 425 days. Her cruise actually takes in the 2 years after the inaugural. So on the 21st of October 2024, there would have been 2 more days to go and our cruise would have ended. That's exactly the cruise that Amy's going to be doing, and man, that'll be 2 years since we went on our inaugural cruise, and that would be just amazing. So anybody who was on the inaugural cruise, I'm going to say to you, get onto Amy's cruise and celebrate the 2 years. It would be absolutely exciting. Yes, you're going to go down to someplace in the Caribbean, and I've forgotten which avenue she's taking, whether it's west or whatever. But at the end of the day, it is 2 years since our cruise, and it will be 2 years since our cruise. And tell you what, it would be absolutely exciting. Unfortunately, we won't be able to make it because the bank balance won't let us, because we've got our cruise happening in 501 days after that. So it's going to be absolutely an exciting cruise, ours. As all cruises are. You know, I believe that all cruises are absolutely so special, especially when you're taking somebody, like for example, when Kenny went on our cruise. And I can only talk about our cruise because that was the one I went on, and I saw the benefits of Kenny being on that cruise. And when I went on our cruise and I was watching young Kenny go there, I was just watching his eyes become dinner plates. Literally everything he saw was like, oh really? It's like, I have this picture, and it'll come out in a video that and I know it's been on a video, but I'm sure we'll put out another one. I remember in Bonaire, we hired a bunch of golf carts, and we were driving around. There was Kenny and this Aussie guy, Dale Michelle, and there was Ilana and I. There was Crystal and Michael Ann, I believe, and there was Donovan and Jody, and we were all going along, and we stopped at this one place which was the slave huts, and Donovan took one of the golf cart that Kenny was on and took it right onto the beach. And there was Kenny and Donovan sitting there in the golf cart, and they were talking about what was going on the cruise. Thank you, Jimmy, for lurking. Just be safe while you're lurking. At any rate, there they were sitting on the beach, and Donovan was talking to Kenny, and he was explaining about the life in the sea, the fact the ship was going over the top of the life that was in the sea, the fact that there was a life below the water as nice as there was a life above the water. And it was really interesting to see Kenny's face just light up as Donovan was talking about it. It changed his life. It changed Donovan's life. It changed everybody who was on board that cruise. It changed everybody's life. Just made a difference. And that's what we hope to do, folks, is make a difference in people's lives. And I can tell you, anybody who came on that cruise with us will tell you the moment that they had an epiphany, a life-changing moment. One of the other things, Darian was. We all know Darian from Magnificent Germany with Darian, and he'd organised a German meal in Aruba, first port that everybody stopped at, and there he went, and the ship was staying in late, so they could do dinner in Aruba, and he took Kenny, and they must have gone with about 10 or 15 people out into this German restaurant, and they had the most awesome German meal, and then they came back on the ship, and they were the friendship, the camaraderie, the way they grew together, absolutely amazing. We even drew people from the other side of the world. We had Sarah and Glenn coming from the UK, and it was their second cruise. We actually mentioned to them about cruising, and they got involved. They did a test cruise in Europe, because that's where they're from. They're from the UK, and then they came down under. They came across to the US, to Miami, and they joined us on the cruise. They liked the cruise so much they stayed on for a back-to-back. Did the other side. So the ship went South Caribbean, and then it went to the other side where they saw some other places. I don't know how many sides there are to the Caribbean, but I'll tell you what, it changed lives. People were happy. People grew. I met some amazing people, and I know they will be lifelong friends, as well as anybody new that we meet here. So going on a group cruise and taking a recipient with you, man, you just look. I mean, one of the things I can remember, we were having breakfast one morning, and at the breakfast was Kenny, Crystal, Sarah and Glenn, Donovan, Ross, who else? There were about 5 or 6. Ilana and I. There were about 6 or 8. Can't remember. Ron, sorry, not Ross. Ron, from anyway, there was Ron there. Anyway, Sarah and Glenn were having a chat, and Kenny made a comment. Kenny's favourite comment was he tasted something and he goes, "This is a 10," and it made my tongue slap my brain. And Sarah started laughing. And when Sarah started laughing, Kenny started laughing. And Kenny laughed solidly for 37 minutes. It was absolutely unbelievable. We were all wetting ourselves. It was the funniest thing ever. G'day Rob, how you going, mate? Welcome aboard, nice to have you here. We're just talking about the Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise, and the inaugural cruise, and we're talking about Cruise-a-Thon coming up this weekend, and the fact that we're trying to raise a good set of dollars for this week. We want to raise 10 grand if we can, because with the 10 grand we're going to have the most amazing opportunity to get at least 3 couples on board a cruise ship, and there we go. And that'll be amazing. Rob says he's going to pass on a slot. Well, mate, we understand that. You've got more important things to do. We'll see. But anybody who is not taking a slot, we would appreciate a 2 or 5 minute video just saying why you would support Helping Hands. Because at the end of the day, folks, what's important for us is that we get as much support as we possibly could. And as Ilana said before, we couldn't do it without you spreading the word. So as much as you can spread the word, we would appreciate it. No, not us. The recipients would appreciate it, because we know we can change a life. And we've done it We've done it before. We've changed a bucket load of lives. So there we go. So Rob will unfortunately not be available. He'll be on a flight. Would that flight be happening to be heading in the direction of a cruise by any chance? The booze cruise by any chance? And at the booze cruise you could then spread the word. Here's hoping anyway. So folks, don't have much more to say unless we get some other people giving us a bit of feedback. I'm going to shut this down, but like I would like to say, as time goes by, we would like to get more and more people, and hopefully I think this time slot works a lot better for some. We'll try and do some interviews with a couple of people and have a good old chat about helping hands and how it can help you, and how it's helped some people, and what sort of benefits we could have there. At any rate, folks, those of you that have popped in, we'd like to... Oh, no, not the booze, it's the Splendor. That's cool. Well, I know you're going to enjoy your cruise, mate, because it's been a long time coming. You reneged on ours for whatever reason, but that's okay. It's okay. You're going on yours, so that's okay. It's okay. We're happy for you. At any rate, folks, we will call it quits. Again, we'll be on next Tuesday. It'll be Sparrow Fight for you. Again, 7 a.m. for those of you on your side of the pond. For us, it'll be 9 p.m. our time, and that'll be absolutely amazing. Rob saying in the land of Down Under. Yep. And hee. Anyway, folks, have a great day for those of you that are getting ready for work, and those of you that are getting ready for bed. Have a very pleasant night. We shall continue this next week, where we should have more info as to the benefits of the Cruise-a-Thon. So folks, have a great awesome day, and we shall catch up with you later. Take it easy, and thanks for your attention. Have a good day.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible, with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising, cruising. Helping hands for cruising. Making your dreams a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands